Psychology of why we crawl. The video at the beginning of this episode shows a German TV program making fun of Thailand's tradition of crawling at the feet of members of the royal house. Now, I'm not going to go into the specifics of the video because it would make this video too long, but the incident sparked so much outrage from the Thai people that the show had to make a public apology. Thailand's tradition of crawling at the feet of our social superior is one that baffles the world. But if we look into history, it's not so baffling. The act of bending the knee is a political tradition as old as human civilization. Politics and religion is a marriage since the dawn of human civilization. Egyptian pharaohs were gods. Roman emperors declared themselves gods. Chinese emperors were sons of heaven. Japanese emperors are descendants of the sun goddess. Medieval European monarchs were anointed by God via the Pope in Rome. Southeast Asian kings are the earthly incarnation of the Lord Buddha in the tradition of Theravada Buddhism. In modern times, we mostly separate politics from the gods. In a democracy, there's the separation of the state and the religion. In communism, religion has no place at all. But still, like Donald Trump and Barack Obama before him, when Joe Biden would take his oath of office to become the President of the United States, he will put his hand on a Bible and he may or may not end the oath with, "So help me God."
So help you God?
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The phrase is optional. Now, why is religion so important? 6 words: love, respect, worship, fear, control, power. Allow me to offer this simplified story. When humans first formed a society, we created a social structure, a hierarchy as opposed to anarchy in which everyone does whatever they want. As such, there must be the chief to tell others what to do and what not to do. But why would anyone follow the chief and take his orders? He's just another human. Who are you to tell me to go hunt a mammoth? I would rather stay in my cave and watch Netflix all day. Sure, he's the chief because he could beat everyone else up. But power and control through physical force can only go so far. We humans are brilliant, so we figure out another form of power and control, not through the threat of force, but through the seduction of love and respect that incurs the action of worship. What if we get the entire tribe to believe that the chief is God's chosen, God anointed, blessed by God, the early incarnation of God, a descendant of God, or is actually one of the gods? You know, God, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega, the creator of all things. Every human society has its version of the tale. Then we create stories about the glories and wonders of the gods to invoke love and respect, which leads to worship. And if that's not enough, let's have a bit of fear. How about the threat of eternal damnation in the deepest, darkest pit of hell? That should do the trick. You think Section 112, the lèse majesté law, is scary? It's nothing compared to excommunication by the Pope back in the European Middle Ages.
We declare him excommunicate and anathema. We cast him into the outer darkness. We judge him damned with the devil and his fallen angels and all the reprobate to eternal fire and everlasting pain.
But putting fear in the mind and seducing the heart isn't enough. You have to train the action. We bend the knee before the gods, so we bend the knee before kings and emperors. Sometimes we even lay flat on our stomachs. We condition society to the practice of crawling for centuries and centuries until it becomes natural and instinctive, even righteous and virtuous, until it becomes muscle memory. The knees hit the floor automatically without thinking or questioning. To not do it would be abnormal. It would be wrong. Practice makes perfect, right? And if we see someone who doesn't do it, that's the world turned upside down. Oh, you better get on your knees now or master is gonna give you a good whooping. It's an act of submission. I surrender to you. You have power over me. You have control over me. And not just because of the threat of execution or banishment from the tribe, or 3 to 15 years of imprisonment, but also because of love and respect. I worship you, as you are no ordinary man. You are of the gods. That's how human society was made, up until the European Age of Enlightenment and the philosophy of humanism, which took hold about 2 centuries ago. Today, religious elements still exist in politics of even the most developed democracies. But in Thailand, religion defines our social order. It's the DNA of our collective consciousness. Until a bunch of young kids with yellow ducks started talking about reforms last year. Otherwise, that's why we bend the knee. We do it out of love, respect, and worship. It's a tradition righteous and virtuous. It legitimizes and reinforces the power and control of those who rule over us. The act of crawling is we the people in complete and total submission to social order. Those above us can do whatever they want. Why? Because they are of the gods, not subjected to the law of man. And if we don't submit and conform, if we don't bend the knees, then this social order and the kingdom will crumble, ash to ash, dust to dust. Which defines the current conflict in Thailand. One group of people wanting to stand up as equals. Another group is telling them, no, get on your knees. The question then becomes, why other societies no longer bend the knee, but Thailand still does? We will explore the answer in future episodes. If you believe in Disrupt, please subscribe to our Facebook page at disrupt.co and become a supporter. It's only 169 baht per month. Otherwise, scan the QR code or use the Bangkok Bank account number 030-8190-859, Disrupt Media Company Limited, to support us whenever you like and as much as you like. Your support matters.